Good evening and welcome to June 16th, 2025 Board of Public Works and Safety. All rise to the Pledge of Allegiance led by Jim Barrett.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you'd like to remain standing for the invocation, Pastor.
Good evening. We'll read from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Commit your work unto the Lord, and your plans will be established. Let's pray. Father, I praise you for who you are, our Creator, our Protector, our Guide, and our Savior. I thank you, Father, for these that are present as they meet faithfully to maintain our city. So today my prayer is that your will be done in this meeting. You're an awesome God, and you always have a divine agenda. Take what these have prepared and multiply their efforts as only you can. Steer their intentions to align with your righteous will. Blanket us with your peace today. Keep us physically safe and guard our hearts and minds. And when we've done all that we can do, your faithfulness to provide what we need remains. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone, and please remind you to turn your cell phone ringers off. We will begin with roll call.
Becky Gibson.
Present.
Diane Phillips.
Present.
Jim Barrett.
Okay, everyone has the minutes from the June 2nd, 2025 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on down to new business. We have the cheerleaders asking for a bucket drive on 8/23. And who would like to come up and speak?
Good evening.
Aye.
Thank
Good
you
evening.
for allowing us to speak tonight. This is Lexi, Tatum, and Kaya, and I'm Allison. We're Connersville High School cheerleaders.
We're requesting a boot drive on August 23rd, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at all locations, so we can raise money for our new uniforms.
Due to the fact that we did not receive money for admission to games specifically for cheerleading, the school does not purchase them for us.
We have not had a full new uniform in over a decade, and we need to raise over $21,000 to purchase enough uniforms for our team.
Okay, so we have a bucket drive on 8/23 from 9 to 1, and you're wanting all three locations, correct? And new uniforms are $21,000? Wow, everything's expensive nowadays.
How many cheerleaders is that? I mean, that's for the whole
There's 28 of us.
20.
Wow.
Hey, thank you for the presentation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you guys
Do you guys have any questions?
speak for yourself.
No, we're good.
No questions, but you're a very hardworking group.
Thank you for your time and support.
So I
Thank
have a
you.
motion to approve the bucket drive.
So moved.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Make sure whoever is leading this gets with Director Wilson, where I'm sure he's out there, and he can get with you all the safety requirements that you need from the street department. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Resolution 2025-15, transfer. Rosemary?
Resolution 2025-15 is a transfer moving $107,215 from council city engineer to DOT other employees.
Any questions?
I move to approve. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on down to the next one. I have a quote for the city parking lot, paving and striping. Actually, that is not, my formatting's weird on that. Sorry about that. We have two quotes for paving and really two quotes for striping. I didn't realize that the first company did striping. They didn't tell me that. The issue with the first company striping is it's not going to be accurate because we have a lot more handicap stalls to add, and they won't reflect that. So really we have two quotes. We have All About Asphalt, and if you look at the quote, it's a little confusing because we share parking lot with the county. So this is our portion of it. I had them price the county portion of it. If the county wants to do theirs, they can. If not, then they won't get theirs done. So All About's total would be $109,855. If we added the striping from Yardian, the total would be $114,555. If you look at Milestones, their total is $120,583, and that's no striping whatsoever, so they were significantly higher. My recommendation is let me go back to All About and really talk to them about adding the handicap stalls. 114 will be the max, 455 will be the max anyway. I really want local people to participate as much as possible, so if they're close, it would be my recommendation to go with Yardian at the same time, but we know that 114 would be a max, but I gotta go back to All About and talk to them about the additional handicap stalls, because there's quite a bit of handicap stalls, especially around the new concrete Mr. Martin just paved. Good job on that, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion, we approve $114,155, and you can go back to All About, and then if they don't work out, you can go with Yardian, right?
Yes, I'll communicate with everyone.
Okay.
I'll second it.
And a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. By the way, just so the public knows on the dollars for this comes out of our MVH. With the community crossings, we cannot pave.
No color.
You weren't listening to your instructions.
Community crossings, we can't pave our parking lots, we can only do named streets. But with our portion, our match of it, we can. So when all the bids come in, we had a little bit left over, so this is what we're using. This is our portion. Our parking lots are in very bad condition, and we've got to get on top of them, or we're going to start losing them. So that's where that money's coming from, in case anyone wants to wonder. I'm down to department matters. Chief Paulos.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, as far as our department matters go, it's just one item. With our Officer Logan Seal leaving, leaves our vacancy in our patrol division. So in order to keep our manpower levels up, I questioned permission to hire his replacement. We do have a pool from our testing that we did earlier this year. We're going to hire off of that. So at this point, I'm just asking permission to hire off our list.
I don't have a problem with the hiring, but those guys, you've only got one scheduled for the academy this fall?
He's 40 hours, we basically working the
Okay.
streets right now. He's from our last
Last group.
hires from January.
So this one should be able to get in, or do you know yet?
Yeah, we should be able to get these in, hopefully in August is what
Okay.
we'll push for, but it depends on Ilea.
Okay.
And if we can get their names in quick, because you have to get their names in first. before
Right.
You get on the list, so.
I make a motion to approve the chief's request to hire.
Second.
Have a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Move on down to Chief Jones.
Good evening.
Aye.
Evening.
I'm here tonight to hopefully get the last vacancy filled at the fire department for the year. I have with me Trot Davidson. Trot's a 19-year-old resident of Fayette County. Performed very well throughout our whole hiring process and every stage of the process, and was recommended by our safety committee to be hired. So with approval, I would like to start him this Thursday, the 19th. Start his training.
So this will be you're up to
Full
hire.
staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Should be good, and then once we get, everybody's training done, hopefully we'll see a little bit of decline in that overtime too, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Have a motion second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Congratulations, sir.
I may add something. I substituted at Connersville High School. He's one of the best students I've ever had.
Good to know.
A good man.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with department reports. Chief Jones, you're up first.
All right, we will start out with the overtime, which is up for obvious reasons. Finally got all of the vacancies filled, so now we can get all those firefighters trained, and hopefully as soon as we get them the faster we get them trained, the faster we can get the overtime back down. The total overtime for May was $21,144.76. The scheduled overtime portion of that was $1,229.94, and then the manpower shortage was $19,914.82. Skipping real quick to the end of the report, that gives you kind of a continuing update on why the overtime's where it's at. I do have 2 guys still on sick leave, and they're both scheduled to return here soon. So that will help, and then obviously we're entering vacation season, so it's kind of the perfect storm, I guess you would say. So yeah, as soon as we're gonna train these guys as quick as we can, and hopefully that will decline here soon. Any questions on the overtime? Moving on down to fuel usage, we used a total of 505 gallons of fuel for the month of May for a total of $1,786.21. Fire incidents, we had a total incidents, we had 146. 21 of those were fire-related incidents, 119 were EMS-related incidents, and we had 6 auto accidents. On the next page, you'll see, we'll begin with our training hours. We had a total of 88 instructed training hours for the month. 79 of those were fire-related training, and we had 9 hours of EMS training. Once again, you're going to continue to see the fire training take precedence over EMS, especially right now while we're trying to train all these guys and put them through their fire 1 and 2. Below that, you'll see we did 15 total inspections for the month, and we had 0 hours of fire investigations. Just some things to note at the bottom. We did finally get the installation for the new drone finished behind Station 1, and we completed 3 days of training, how to operate the drone, you know, how to manually take it over if we have to while it's on the scene. We did some more swift water training today, and I showed the mayor, you know, I had someone else launch it for us and watch us while we were doing some swift water training. So hopefully we'll have, maybe we can put together a little video to show everybody, you know, how well it works, and especially on the river, if there's a call. And a lot of times we do get a call where there's somebody's having trouble on the river, but they can't give us an exact location. And while we were doing the training last week, we hovered the river, and it will help tremendously. You know, just trying to locate.
Already has.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we did. We used it.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we used it yesterday also. So yeah, it will benefit us and the police department in several areas. So that's good. And I will keep you updated on how well that's going. I did touch again on, we did have 3 firefighters that went through swift water training in Peru. That training did include boat operations, obviously because we got the boat, so we wanted to make sure those 3 guys are coming back. They're going to train the shifts on the knowledge that they received at that training, so that we can start getting that boat deployed when we need that. So. And then the last thing, I would just let you guys know, we did go up and set up the junior firefighter obstacle course for the summer discovery at the park. The kids always enjoy that. It's pretty neat. They have fun, and it's neat to watch them go through it. So, any questions?
No, I just got one quick comment. You're going to have to start another training session for REs.
We have discussed putting on another one this fall. We do have one planned retirement for, I believe, February. So I think we've had discussions on putting on another test this fall for that.
Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Bolos.
I didn't.
You haven't changed anything.
No. All right, so we'll start with the monthly. Our overtime is just above 5,000 for the month of May. Gallons of fuel is 2,000, about 2,000 gallons of fuel. Any questions on those totals? All right, as far as our number of incidents for the month of May, we took in 650 calls of service. They had 27 accidents with damage. You guys have any questions on what calls and incidents we took last month? Okay, so as far as our department totals go, our drug collections, it was 16 grams of marijuana, 3 grams of heroin, fentanyl, 1 gram of meth, 6 pills. We took in 16 needles and 14 items of paraphernalia. Our detective division, they have 2 open investigations, 4 closed, with 2 felony arrests. As far as our ICAC goes, it's, they had 5 closed, 9 open, and we took in 2 new cases in May. As far as department training, our K-9s had 22 hours of training, 2 deployments, which resulted in 34 grams of meth seizure. Department training, we had 145 hours. And just an update on our current officer that is in ILEA. She just completed 7 weeks. She's got 9 to go, so not quite halfway there yet, but she's doing great up there. So that's all I have for the month of May. Any questions?
Just one quick one. Did you get your vehicles yet?
The new ones?
Right.
Yep, they're on the road now.
Okay, good.
One thing, I know I emailed council, I can't remember if I included board works, I apologize if I didn't. You will watch the report for next month on ordinance enforcement go down to like 0, maybe a few. We're only maintaining what calls come in if we can. The ordinance enforcer had an emergency, he's gonna be out for at least a month or so. So the timing is kind of bad with, I mean, that's not bad, but the timing is bad, because this is our prime season for ordinance enforcement, but he's gonna be out for at least 30 days more, I guess, so you will see that drop
Yeah,
off.
we'll try to take care of it.
Yeah, we're just not going to be proactive, we're just kind of on a reactive mode right now. So it's still gonna take some time, so if people have a complaint, it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Well, I wish him well.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
I think he does an outstanding job.
He does a fantastic job.
Yeah. Progress is coming with it, so.
That's good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Director Wilson.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll go with the monthly reports first, and then I have a couple items I'll just circle back to for each department. So you have the utilities report in front of you. The water plant monthly totals for the month, we pumped 77.3 million gallons. Our high pump today was 2.68. We're still currently up, if I had to estimate, we're probably 700,000 a day. So if the public is still out driving around, if they see water anywhere, I just ask you to contact the utilities so we can come out and investigate it and see if it's our water, because we are pumping a few 100,000 gallons more a day than usual. The low pumpage was 2.3. The wastewater treatment plant, we took in a total inflow of 191.7 million gallons. The total effluent what left the plant was 149 million gallons. We had 4.44 inches of rain. We had 2,200 pounds of chlorine, 1,566 pounds of SO2, and phosphorus chemicals used was 7,700. And we had 0 violations for the month of May. We'll move on to the street department. Continuing to clean catch basins, picking up large trash items every Thursday. Sweepers continuing to be out. It's with total rebuild. So it's been back to the street department a couple times for minor issues after it was put back together, small oil leaks and things of that nature. Those are being fixed. The compost site is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Saturday, it is open from 8 to noon, but it's not manned on Saturday anymore. So we just ask the public to remember the rules on what they dump there. Don't dump anything with nails in it or items that shouldn't go to the compost area. If you want to look for a list of items that are acceptable, you can go on the city's website. We laid a lot of new mulch, spruced up some of the flowers. Downtown started to look really good. We're trying to keep up with grass, but the rain's keeping the ground wet, so it's hard to continue to mow. It's so humid. Grass grows 2 inches overnight. So if you see the city cemetery and some other items that don't look so great, we know we're trying to take care of them, but the weather's just not cooperating. Any questions on the street department report?
On the large pickup, that's one item, right?
One item,
Because I've
yes.
seen a couple places where there are like 3 or 4 huge items.
Yeah,
that-
sometimes people fail to read what we're supposed to be doing,
And they
so
need to
they lay
call.
out several items, and we will typically just take the one, but if we get called back, we may just grab it, take it, and get it out of the public, the
And they need to
eye.
call to request it.
Yep, they need to call or request to go, you put on the list.
Yeah.
Transfer station, we took in 474 ton. For the street sanitation, public disposal was 555 ton. Total since the landfill was 1,029 ton. Continue to go up in that for the past couple of months, setting some record numbers on the waste being brought to the transfer station. Another big reason why we need to keep improvising over there and doing improvements, because it's becoming very busy. Recycling, we take in 26 ton. We took in a little over 30,000 for the month of May over at the transfer station. Any questions on that?
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you think?
I'm trying to figure out why. I just keep going back to, there's a lot more construction happening right now. A lot of people are buying and flipping more houses, so we see a lot more drywall, shingles, kind of construction debris. So that's where I'm going with it.
You're talking people that's bringing this to the state, transfer station?
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yep.
There's a lot more people with little roll-off dumpsters now, services versus the big companies that take them back. And a lot more people have their own dump trailers now. I see a lot of dump trailers down there.
Yeah.
And their prices are very economical to dump down there, so it's cheaper to dump here than to haul somewhere else.
Yeah, some of these big industries in Connersville are using a dump disposal, and so now their dumpsters are a lot fuller, and it's been, I think, a better choice for them financially as well. But going back to the utilities, we have a cellular meter pilot run. We were looking at new meters. We have a lot of old meters that are still in the ground. When I first started in 2014, we went out and changed a lot of meters, and those meters are starting, the battery life are starting to die, or the body themselves are starting to run past their life cycle. Some of them, can go for 20 years, they're low profile, and the reading on some of the meters could be miscued by the impeller inside, or the way that they read could finally be starting to fail. So that would add to water loss, which our water loss is currently high right now. So it's very important that we start moving forward in the infrastructure and correcting the old water mains, water services, because we are seeing a huge increase in line breaks and main breaks all throughout the city. Some of this stuff is 80 to 100 years old, and some of the valve cards that we have say that they're located such and such feet by the old hitching post. So that should tell you how old some of this stuff is. So we are going to pilot 2 companies, kind of pretty much one against each other, see which one can give us the best offer for our budget and for the user. They both come with different items and apps that you can use. Customers will be able to know when they have a leak almost instant. It'll come up an alert on their phone. If you're a snowbird, you go to Florida and you're gone. You don't have to wait till you come home to see if your house flooded. You can get an alert on your phone that says, hey, water's been used on your meter, and that'll alert us. You can call the utilities, we'll go shut the water off. So now you don't have to wait until full billing cycle to see if you've had a large leak. We'll be able to tell minute by minute data on a cellular based meter. So it's really user friendly, and it does a lot for the integration software at the utilities as well. It's a whole lot easier to use. There's less paperwork and less labor costs in both of these companies. So we're looking at both of them. Long story short, we should start the first billing cycle of July, possibly mid-July, to run 10 meters against each other and see who comes out better, placing each meter right next to each other, one home next to each other. That way we get real results and we're not pitting one against the other in an unfair situation. Anybody have any questions about the cellular meters?
That's a good idea on that, but
Yep.
when you're talking about this, in other words, this is going to replace all the meters in the city, or?
Yeah, we will hope to do at least, they want you to see like a 1% increase in meter change a year for your infrastructure, so that would gather us about 600 meters a year. They are very costly, but the end cost to the user and to the utilities is pretty budget friendly, and cost neutral to both people. So I think it's, in the end, it's best for
I
everybody.
like the concept of being able to notify
Yeah.
immediately, basically, if you got a leak.
Yep.
It's a good idea.
Did you say how long, sorry, Jim, how long the pilot ran?
I think we're gonna do 3 months. I think we're gonna see how it goes the first 2, and then see if we need to stretch it an additional month. And then see what that looks like. See whose cellular data drops out, whose doesn't. We're vastly Verizon around here, but there is some other networks that they target off of. So one says they don't need to have a plastic lid, and then another says you do have to change the lid. So that cost of the lid will come into play when you decide who we go with for the vendor to get these meters. If the one's reaching out with the current lids that we have, that's going to be a big decision maker, because having to go around and change 6,600 lids or little 58 to 6,600 lids is going to be pretty costly at almost $33 a piece. So we'll just have to wait to see what that data gives us. Down the street department, we have a trash collection request. It's just regular trash. The address is here somewhere.
2600 Park Road.
Yes, thank you. 2600 Park Road. The toter is already there. It's just normal trash. Just asking approval for the board to keep the trash collection going there.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
One more item for the street department. With the new chief mechanic, him and I sat down very early when we decided to hire him, and I told him the expectations for the year, what we needed to do over there, some things that we were behind on, some equipment that was failing, and he has done a tremendous job in figuring out how we can move forward and better the equipment, the way we track who does the maintenance on the equipment, so we can go back to somebody and ask if certain things were done. If the state comes in on the fire trucks or ambulances and wants to see certain information that we have to provide them, we now have that. It's all filed, it's all ready to go. He's doing a great job inspecting ambulances and fire trucks. And that's his main position that he was hired for, so it's 2 units. Just want to read a few things because we have been going through a little bit of flooding over there, but it was much needed. So we've added several pieces of equipment: floor jacks, jack stands, workbenches, vices, air conditioning tools, torque wrenches. We've purchased heavy-duty truck OEM level diagnostics capabilities for the fire trucks and the ambulances. We've looked into updating the current diagnostics for the regular automobiles. We still haven't found something, but we're in that price range of about $600 to $800 for a scanner that will read codes that we don't have to have an outside vendor come in and do for us. We've increased our vendors to keep everybody honest. We have more people to go off of, so prices, we can keep them competitive. We've repaired the worksheets that we were using and have updated them to track the work that was performed. We're refining weekly visits to the fire department and the EMS stations. I think Clint and Scott both agree that those have been great and tremendous. The shelving units and racking system at the street department's been better. We now have a place where our vendors can come drop off parts that didn't work, take the ones that we put back up there, so that way vendors don't have to try and track us down. All small things, I know, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really made a big difference over there in the way our vehicles are maintained and keeping everybody safe. We have 6 departments that we take care of, and I think they do a good job. So just wanted to give the board an update on what we've been using those funds for. Any questions?
What about the paving? When are we paving?
Yeah, the paving. That will be going on. Let me go back to my email because I don't want to miss any of that. I believe it was sent on the city page as well.
Did you get that posted, John?
Let's see.
If I can type.
I know milling's going to start on the 20th. I believe it's the 21st or 23rd. As soon as I find the email.
Milling will start on June
There you go.
19th, 2025, approximately 7:30 a.m. Schedule is subject to change. Let's see. Milling will begin Thursday, 19th on Vermont, go north 21st of Vermont, then from 21st of Vermont, milling will continue to 24th in Vermont. Milling will continue to 28th in Vermont and go south to Dead End. Then milling will start on Friday, June 20th at approximately 7 a.m. on Grusinger, Morning Glory, Old Orchard, and Tulip and Village Creek Drive.
Yep.
And then paving will start on June 23rd. And approximately be done by the 30th on everything, weather permitting, obviously.
And that will also be, should be on the city site, it'll be on the street department's Facebook page, I'll probably put on the utilities as well, and also cars. Your vehicles, if you live in that area, please have them moved off the street on those dates, or they are subject to being towed. They'll probably start around 7:30 in the morning, about 4 o'clock or so. If you don't see the crews out there, feel free to park your cars back, but please have them moved 7:30 in the morning again until they finish. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Paving.
Aye.
Evening.
For the month of May, we had 9 hours, 23 minutes of production for meetings, 8 hours, 21 minutes of original production. For YouTube Analytics, we had 9,784 views, 4,040 subscribers, with 1,149 watch hours. Top content for the month, people were loving the Market Street Plaza live camera. So it's fun to just watch the traffic go by and see what's happening down there.
Still watching that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I thought after construction that would drop off a little bit.
No, people love to stare at it. So, then the CHS Promenade was next last month, and then School Board May 13th meeting. On Facebook, the Parks Department again had the highest viewership, 229,800 views with 8,901 visits. City of Connersville Facebook page was next with 92,271 views and 2,028 visits. Police Department did pretty well, 3,656 visits. Any questions? We're about 2 weeks away from July 1st. Live streaming. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
We are.
We did catch just so for everyone on Council Board of Works, Rosemary got a last minute law change that we did not know about.
Yep.
This is how it works. They pass laws. They don't tell you about it. You gotta find it. John and I has already been working on that, so we have to, our agendas will completely change, just so you know. There's a lot more we have to include, so we've got a lot of work on finding out the information, getting it all on there, so still got a lot of work to do to get the agendas done.
And the webpage.
And the webpage.
Which I've
That's for,
updated some of that.
that's for council, that's for every board, every commission, that's for everything we do, so. And we did not know about this till, when did you find out, a couple weeks ago?
A couple of weeks ago.
So, yeah, it's been fun.
It's a good thing Rosemary was.
Yeah, Rosemary caught it, so good catch.
Thank you. More work. Thank you.
So did the law change add or delete any boards, or it's the same?
Boards stayed the same. They don't mess with that. Some of that's local, but how we do our agendas and advertise and post stuff, it's,
Just the structure.
it's all changed. So it is a lot more work. But John and I's been on it.
We've got
Once
the
we get
format
it
ready
built.
to go, so we just gotta find all the information and plug it in.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is finding all the information.
Because isn't it, part of it is you have to, the board members, how long they've been there, how much left is of the term.
When they were, yeah, all the term information.
Yeah, that can be
It's a lot.
complicated.
So it eats
I
up a
have
lot.
RDC.
RDC, okay.
Yeah, it eats a lot of space on the agenda. So
Absolutely.
we've created a letterhead of sorts, and then all we gotta do is just change it for each board and commission, and it's
Wow.
just a lot of work.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Barton.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everyone should have a copy of my May 25 report. We had a total of 311 calls for service, which puts us at 1,575 for the year, 4,047 miles. We're getting close to 20,000 miles for the year. The other day I asked them what number they got, and it was like 1,701, so we're already over 1,700 already. Student staffing report had zero diesel fuel usage, because now all the frontline trucks are gas. So we had zero diesel fuel. That'll change in June, but the backup trucks are still diesel. We do have a pending delivery on the next new truck 2249. I do not have a date, it's still in Florida, but I'm getting the stuff that is usually indicative of about a 30-day out delivery. So when they start asking very specific questions about
tents and graphics and things like that, you know, you're about 30 days out, it seems like, so. You can see our event coverage for the month. We had a high school career event, celebration in the Ville, senior parade, and a TSC Touch a Truck. I think that's pretty much it. I didn't have a lot of extra. I do know the last couple of months I put on there that we were working on a CAD integration to pull that data into our reports from dispatch. That is running now. Still a couple little budget moves to work out, but in the grand scheme of things, it's very, very minor. Everyone seems to be pretty pleased with it, the amount of work it's saving and the errors that it's preventing. That's been pretty significant. See if I have any questions.
How's your staffing? Are you okay on?
We're down one FTE, doing part-time interviews right now to get some part-time back in, hopefully help with the overtime. And then we hire full-time from our part-timers.
Okay.
So once they get off their probation, then they're eligible to move up. So not horrible, but there's always room for improvement.
Okay, thanks.
I'm not gonna complain. Thank you.
How's your knee, sir?
It's better.
You're walking a little better than last
Yeah,
time.
you are.
Yeah, I can hold myself up today, so I find out for sure Thursday, so.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
Okay, Marla's actually on vacation from the park, so we're not gonna do that, but I will say this, that everyone saw over the weekend that the bathrooms got destroyed. I can say that they were apprehended, so the police did a fantastic
What
job.
was destroyed, please?
One of the restrooms was completely destroyed.
Okay, thank you.
The police did a great job and apprehended them pretty quickly that morning, so that is taken care of, so, but the bathroom is completely destroyed, so. I really don't understand that and what they get to throw out of that, but it is, they made a mess of it, so. Okay, moving on down to old business. Anyone have any old business? Miscellaneous business? Claims.
Claims for June 16th, 2025, city, $455,864.16. Payroll, $607,472.45. Utilities, $303,465.53.
Motion to approve claims.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anyone from the public, anything they want to say? You have something, Linda?
May I do it from here? May I do it from here?
Yes, you're fine.
As you know, it rained Friday evening for the art stroll, and we don't normally reschedule, but it's the second time that the Rubber Soul Band has been rained out and they're exceedingly popular. So we decided to reschedule to the 28th of June. It's a Saturday evening. The IPA has an event on that Friday evening, and they've indicated that the music from the 1st Street location messes with being able to hear inside their building. So we're asking for closure of 4th Street, which would have been last Friday evening, for the 28th of June from 4:30 to 8.
June 28th, okay.
And we just closed we have to leave the opening for the Canal House parking lot to Central Avenue.
John, did you bring your calendar for me? I didn't, might have left mine at home. We don't have one. I thought we might have double booked it, but I don't think we do that night. Okay, we're good.
Okay?
Yeah, I left my calendar at the house and I don't have it on here yet, so.
So you need it from the 28th of June from 4:30 to 8, right?
Yes, the 20th.
Make a motion to that effect.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same side. Motion carried. Thank you. Anybody else from the public have anything they want to say? If not, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Have a good evening.